How's it going? How's it going? I'm Larry here at the Farmstead way. Obviously the chickens are making a ruckus. I finally want to do a video on different jackets since we're getting into the colder weather, especially here in Ohio. I want to go over some of the jackets that I wear, the pros and cons of them. I am a blue collar worker and I live on a homestead, so you have to be able to have jackets that are going to keep you warm but are also functional. One of the things that is kind of a sucky part of my life is I really don't have a lot of room for fashion. Everything has to be extremely functional, and if it looks cool, that's kind of a bonus. So these are the main jackets that I wear all the time. Obviously one of them is a vest. A lot of times, especially last winter, I wore a hoodie in this vest, but when it gets really cold, I really like this jacket. So this first jacket is a Duluth trading company, and I am not sponsored by any of these people, so I'm not getting any sort of kickbacks or any sort of sponsorship stuff from this. So this is a Duluth trading company fire hose canvas jacket in gray. I have worn the crap out of this thing, and it is extremely durable and very, very warm. I've worn the elbows out of these, and I really, really like these heavy-duty jackets, especially with the jobs that I have to do, because a lot of times I have to go underneath of mobile homes and work on plumbing, work on ductwork and stuff, so I'm dragging myself through gravel, and that can be really, really rough on lighter fabrics. Any sort of rain jackets, they'll tear and they'll rip. This has got stains from pipe dope and paint and stuff, but I really, really like this jacket. So it's got this really thick canvas fire hose material on the outside. It's got two pockets on the outside. I really like the buttons up front. Normally there's some of these jackets got zippers, but zippers when you're working will sometimes get buggered up. They'll bend and they'll come undone, and it just can be kind of annoying sometimes. The inside of this is fleece lined, and it's got one pocket here. I really wish this pocket wasn't up so high because it kind of makes it useless unless you got something small. The other thing I don't like about this is it doesn't have any pockets on the side. I guess this would be considered more of a shirt than a jacket, I guess, but it served me very, very well, and I think here soon I'd like to get another one. I normally keep the sleeves unpopped because I got a wristwatch. I usually wear a G-Shock. I've got these on right now, and it kind of is a little tight on there. It's a little restricting. Like I said, I like to have a very, very durable material because with all the yard work and stuff will get snagged and caught, and this really will not rip or tear unless you grind it into the dirt. All right, so that's the first one. Really highly recommend this. So this is a Carhartt vest. A couple years ago, I started wearing a vest because it's got pockets, and it's really important to keep your core warm. And I found that with just a hoodie and this, even down to below freezing, this is extremely warm. Also, again, fleece line. It's got good pockets. It's got fleece lined pockets here, and I don't know, I just love it. It's a really that durable Carhartt material, so you can crawl in the dirt, crawl in gravel, crawl through sharp pokey metal, and it's not going to just get torn to shreds. It's got a breast pocket here, which is packed full of lighters from last year from pipe smoking. It's got a pocket here, which I like to keep a notebook in the winter for some paper. Good pockets here. And yeah, this does have the zipper, but this is a really durable zipper. And like I said, this is extremely, extremely warm. Ironically enough, this is actually a women's large. It seems like most of the sizing for Carhartt is a little strange, and it seems like all of the men's sizing for Carhartt people are made for bigger guys. And I don't weigh 260 pounds, and I'm not 6 foot, 6. I'm like 190 pounds and 5'9" on a good day. So the women's size fits me really, really good, and it layers really, really well. So if I want to wear something a little bit nicer, this is if you want to come in a little bit, an Outback Trading Company oilskin coat. This thing is really, really warm. You throw this on, it blocks the wind, and it's super, super comfortable. It's got that nice smell from the duck skin coating that you put on it. It's got good pockets, another lighter, imagine that. And what I really like about this is it's got these breast pockets so you can kind of stand when it's warm and kind of keep your arms in. It's got a nice fleece line right here. You can cinch up the middle. These inside pockets have a pouch if you wanted to put a concealed pistol in there. I really wouldn't recommend that because I don't like anything not covering the trigger guard on a pistol. I feel like something would just get caught in there and you'd have your firearm discharge in your pocket. Once again, this also layers up really well. It's got zippers and buttons if you want to zip it up and then cinch it up, and if you want to pop your collar a little bit to look cool or keep the wind off your neck, you can do that. And like I said, really nice jacket. Every once in a while you have to go through and Outback Trading Company sells a like a cream that you can put on here to condition it. With it being a wax jacket, you can also do the waxed method to it, but the can of the conditioner they sell works really well. I like this. I just don't ever wear it for work because I don't want to tear it up. I feel like the first time I crawled through anything treacherous, it would just tear this thing to shreds. So when I go out to town and when it's really cold, I'll throw this on, and it's style mixed in with function. So this is a no boundaries, oversized fit jacket, shirt. So this is my lighter jacket that I also like to wear for work. Kind of has that Arthur Morgan Red Dead Redemption sort of look to it. I've also kind of destroyed this because all this blue crap on here is lock guard or anti-seize. It's some sort of crap that we put on threads on a machine so they won't back out. And I got covered in it. This is really nice for when I'm working underneath homes and I'm gotta do duct work, because you can wear it in the summer. And if you've worked with any sort of duct board, you'll know that that crap is really itchy, and I do not like having insulation all over me. So you can button up the sleeves on this, and you can reach inside stuff with your gloves, and you won't get all itchy and torn up. This is a really durable material. It's like a canvasy material, and it's light. The sleeves are a little bit tighter, so it's kind of hard to layer this thing up without being like the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, but really good jacket. Like I said, when it's this kind of milder summer, autumn, fallish weather, this can be nice because we deal with a lot of hot cold. You go out in the sun, you're burning up, you go in the shade, you're freezing, and this is a good in-between jacket. So last but not least, I want to have you get close in on this because this was the jacket that everyone was asking about. This is a genuine Dickies flannel lined jacket. They sell at Walmart for like $35. Everyone was asking me about this, and I really like this jacket. So it's got a nice fleece lined inside, and when you got your collar up, it just looks really cool. It's got that Dickies canvasy material. You know, it's a little bit of a cheaper build. You can kind of feel that it's not nearly as heavy duty as the Duluth or the Outback Trading Company coat, but it works really well. And like I said, it looks really cool. Fleece lined. Yeah, like I said, Walmart, $35. If you go to the men's section, and especially right now, and you look over in their winter jacket section, they'll have these in light tan, like the No Boundary shirt. They have them in green. They'll have them, I think, in a dark gray, and then they'll have them in these chocolate brown. It doesn't have any inside pockets, which is kind of a shame. It doesn't have any outside pockets. Actually, it does. I didn't realize that. Kind of dumb. So it's got good outside pockets, which also got fleece in it. Keeps you really warm. And it just looks cool. Like I said, when you do a lot of outside work, and you know that your clothing is going to get jacked up, torn up, you really have to try to figure out what's going to be worth style-wise and what's going to be worth functionality, because there's certain work jackets that are uglier than sin, and there are certain fashionable jackets that are not practical for anything else other than walking down a city street. This, I feel like, is a really good in-between, as long as I keep it clean. I'm trying not to wear it too much to do any sort of yard work, although it's really nice for that because it's kind of, you know, like an intermediate jacket. The Outback Trading Company, that is a cold weather jacket, and the No Boundaries jacket, that is a you know, kind of chilly, but if it gets really cold, you'd be freezing. And this is a nice intermediate. And like I said, fleece lined, really cool. If you want to, you can put your collar up. If you really want to be styling, I guess you could roll your sleeves up. My buddy Pat McNamara does this with some of his jackets, and it looks really cool. And that is it. Some other stuff I'll randomly wear is I got a good Carhartt rain jacket that is not insulated. I've got that stashed in the truck. If people want to see that, I can break that out later if I go through the stuff I carry in my truck. It's good because it's light. I can throw it on in the middle of summer. I can layer it up in winter, and it keeps me dry. And also, someone was asking me about this, and I feel like I've gone over this before, so you can zoom in on these two. So these are the wrist accessories that I wear when I'm not at work. So this is a watch band that I made. It's a Timex Expedition. I don't know if it's blurry or not. On a watch band that I made together. So my favorite movie is The Mummy Returns, and Rick O'Connell in that movie has a covered watch, if I can get it back on, like this, and he also has a cool leather wrist cuff. And ever since I was a little kid watching those movies, I always thought these are really cool. They're kind of out of style. You really don't see a lot of just straight brown leather wrist cuffs. Normally if people wear them, they're like heavy metal and they're studded and stuff, but I don't know, really like it. It kind of adds to the style, especially when you can see them poking out of your jacket, and adds to the overall country-ish look. At least it does for me. I like dressing the way I like to dress. I don't follow any trends. I don't buy the newest, fanciest stuff all the time. I find what I like and I stick with it. So those are the basic jackets that I wear. Like I said, I'm not sponsored by any of these companies. If you would like to see anything more about them, if you would like to hear about more of the pros and cons, if you've got a specific jacket that you like to wear, tell me in the comments. I love talking to you guys about the different stuff in the comment section. It really encourages me to keep making stuff as a YouTube creator. Also, if you really like stuff on the channel, you need to click the bell that's in the description so you get notifications, because I've got a lot of subscribers and I feel like a lot of you guys are not seeing my videos come up because the weird YouTube algorithm. With my EDC video, it kind of blew up. YouTube tested the video with viewers, and then the algorithm decided whether or not it was going to show it to a bunch of people. So if you like the content, you're going to have to put the bell on so you get pinged when I upload a video. And that is it. So this is Larry Ben with the Farmstead Way, and you all take it easy.